Borussia Dortmund, one of three former European champions to reach the last 16, failed to join them though after a 0-0 draw at Salzburg condemned them to a 2-1 aggregate loss. Atletico's Fernando Torres struck twice in a 5-1 victory in icy Moscow, while Antoine Griezmann was also on target as the La Liga side racked up an 8-1 aggregate triumph. "I admire my players," said manager Diego Simeone, whose side bowed out at the group stage of the Champions League. "In every match, they always play the same way." Atletico will be the sole Spanish representative in the last 8 after Athletic Bilbao lost 2-1 at home to Marseille, slipping to a 5-2 aggregate loss. Dimitri Payet's penalty put Marseille in control on the night as the French, former European champions, claimed their first win away to Spanish opposition. It was revenge for Marseille, who were beaten by Bilbao in the round of 32 2 years ago. "We are in the quarter-finals, but we can't stop there," Marseille manager Rudy Garcia said. Arsenal completed a 5-1 aggregate victory over 7 times European champions AC Milan, winning 3-1 on the night in North London after the Italians had scored first. Hakan Calhanoglu's stunning strike put Milan ahead, but the lead lasted only 4 minutes as Danny Welbeck was awarded a highly dubious penalty, falling to the ground despite apparently no contact from Milan defender Ricardo Rodriguez. Welbeck converted the 39th-minute penalty and added a late header after Granit Xhaka's goal had put the tie beyond Milan. Victory meant Arsenal snapped a 7-year run of last 16 exits in Europe, all in the Champions League. Impressive. Lazio looked vulnerable going into their second leg against Dynamo Kiev after being held 2-2 at home. But goals from former Liverpool midfielder Lucas and Stefan de Vrij earned them an impressive 2-0 victory. Salzburg stretched their unbeaten run in Europe to 19 games and became the first Austrian club to reach the quarter-finals of the Europa League. Friday's draw could pair them with RB Leipzig, the Bundesliga club backed by the same energy drink brand. Leipzig reached the last 8 with a 1-1 draw at 2008 UEFA Cup winners Zenit St. Petersburg to claim a 3-2 aggregate win. Frenchman Jean-Kevin Augustin gave Leipzig the lead midway through the first half with a crisp shot, but Sebastian Driussi leveled on the night for Zenit. Portugal's Sporting needed an extra-time header from Rodrigo Battaglia to seal a 3-2 aggregate win over Slovakia's Victoria Pilsen after the hosts had forced the additional period with goals by Marek Bakos. Battaglia's effort spared the blushes of Badust, who missed a penalty for Sporting at the end of normal time. Olympique Lyonnais' hopes of reaching the final to be staged in their home stadium were ended by CSKA Moscow. Lyon won the first leg 1-0 away, but a 3-2 defeat in the return sent them out on away goals. Alexander Golovin, Ahmed Musa and Pontus Wernbloom were all on target for the Russians. Mariano Diaz's goal for Lyon in the 71st minute made it 3-3 on aggregate, but the hosts needed another and substitute Maizian Maolita could not oblige, fluffing a stoppage time chance. Reporting by Martin Herman, editing by Ed Osmond and Ken Ferris.